Battle, 8th floor. Battle, 8th floor.
Hello, this is my 5th time attempting this opening. Welcome to IMA Fellows Workshop YouTube tutorial series. I'm Cindy, your host for today. And before we start, you should subscribe either here or there. I don't know where the button is, so just kidding, you don't have to subscribe. And this video is sponsored by Marcella's wonderful creation of the background music. So today we're gonna learn about how to use Photoshop to have some internet fun. And we're just gonna go right into it. Hello again. Welcome to join me in the computer world. And we're gonna get started on the first one. So we all know that for Wechat stickers, you really need to have good material, to have some image or photograph that's already pretty funny, and then you can use that as your material. And I have some photos that I took last year for the welcome party, IMA welcome party. Everyone took some portraits in front of a green screen, and we're gonna use those as materials. So let's quickly take a look at these. Some photos you just know they're really good materials. Let's see. That's great material. Loading a little bit. A lot of good materials we have here. So those are the image I'm gonna use. And the second really crucial part about Wechat sticker is, there is a very specific size limit. So we're gonna quickly check that before we get into Photoshop. And I'm gonna close this FaceTime screen because it's really burning my computer. So let's head straight to Google to see what is the restriction. Wechat sticker size. Okay, so we know that it needs to be smaller than 300 KB, and this one seems very useful actually. If it's bigger than 1.15, then you'll have to resize. Seems like everyone is saving them as a GIF.
Going down.
Alright, and it will probably be useful to check Wechat's official specifications. Oh wow, it's a dock and everything. Okay, so the size should be 240 times 240 in pixels, and it should be smaller than this. Okay, now we have a better idea. We can get started on Photoshop. Here I already have my Photoshop open, so we're gonna create a new file here. Create new. And as we know from the last Google search result, we should probably make it a custom size. I'll just make it 240 times 240. I'll call it Wechat sticker. You don't have to call it the same way I do. And these all seems great, and I want to make it transparent. Create. Wow, this is actually pretty small, isn't it? But Wechat stickers are pretty small. And I'm gonna go back to the folder of images. Let's pick a promising candidate. This looks really good. Let's pick one that's easy to start with, and we can add text to it and everything. Actually, I still like this one the most, so we're gonna go with this one. Drag this image straight to your artboard. It might be much bigger. Oh, actually, it fits pretty well. Okay, you can see how it is slightly smaller than your artboard. You want to make it fill your entire screen. So just drag it The new Photoshop version has already made sure that everything stays within proportion by default, so you don't have to click any extra button. And yes, so this is what we're starting with. And first thing you want to do is to get rid of the green background, which some of you might already learn in your classes. One way you can do it is by going to the color range. Here, select color range. I'm gonna select this color, and let's see. I don't think it's doing a really good job, so maybe we should change some of the parameters here. Fuzziness, yeah, it seems like fuzziness is what we should change. Okay. Still not looking that great, but we can use this magic wand tool to further add to it. Here you should click Shift if you want to add more areas into your selection area. Actually, I think magic wand works much better here. So yeah, but this is all a learning process. In my personal Photoshop, I do this all the time too. I'll try different tools and see which one works better. And here we have a selected Tristan. By the way, he's also an IMA fellow if you don't know him. Alright, now we have selected all the green area and we want to get rid of them. So we want to delete, but once you hit delete, you'll probably get this. Because right now your image is not directly editable, and what we can do here is to right click if you have a mouse, or double click if you're just using your mouse tracker. I forgot what it's called. And here you can click rasterize layer, and after this you can now delete the green layer. And then you can still see there's these lines still moving everywhere, and here we should also click on your right key again and do deselect. Or if you want to refine the edges a little bit, you can hit select and mask, and then here you can clear out the edge a little bit, smooth it out. You can use even feathering, so you know it's just more smooth. I'm not gonna do too much here because you know in the Wechat sticker we don't really see too much of the details. It's a really tiny image. But here are all the good settings that you should play with when you're doing a higher resolution photo. So I'm gonna click select here and deselect this selection area. And here we have, it looks pretty good, right? A pretty good sticker is right there. But because we took the photo in front of the green screen, you can see a lot of green reflection on his face and his clothes. We want to fix that. So here comes a little bit of color correction. Usually I would go for image, adjust, and do it through selective colors, because you can see here it's very clear that we're only getting one color too much. So I'll go to green here to make a little bit adjustment here. And sometimes I'll just play with the settings a little bit, maybe take this some settings lower, some settings higher. Oh, this looks pretty good. If you add a little bit red into his skin, then you can barely see the green there. Yeah, a lot of it is really about playing with the settings. See what looks good. Oh, that looks a lot better, right? Okay, I'm gonna save this setting. And what else can you do? Let's zoom out a little bit to see. I can still see a little bit of green, but it looks much better. So let's compare it. Yeah, it's a lot less green. Here, let's try something else.
color balance.
地下一层
If we push the red a little bit more, yeah, that looks better.
So, 8th floor. So, 8th floor. So,
8th floor.
You can still kind of see the green highlight here. It's really about how you think the image would look nice. So this is really the true size of your sticker.
8th floor.
I think it looks good for now. So let's try adding some text to it just to make it more fun. I'll add a line here. By the way, this is the text tool. If you hover over it, it will tell you what it does and how to use it. I'm gonna add a line of text here. Yeah, now I can see, oh, this color. I mean, I'm not mad at this color. Let's still go with the green. Maybe it's a good idea. Or very, yeah, I like this color. Let's just do this one. I'm gonna say let's party, because this is basically what his face is saying, right? Alright. Let's go, which font? Font should really reflect the message too. How about this? Yeah, okay. Let's see how big we can make this. Yep. Yep. Alright, I like this a lot. Okay, well, let's party, Tristan. And once we have it, you can then export. This is so quick, isn't it? Export, I usually like to do save for web because it will automatically optimize it. And when you see the preview here, when you choose JPEG, the background automatically becomes white. If we want to let it have a transparent background, you should always choose PNG. So I'm gonna save a PNG version just for the case of showcasing this. Wechat sticker. It already has PNG. Okay. And I'm gonna save also a GIF version because everyone else suggests you use GIF.
Going down.
I'm gonna do, I don't know too much of the difference, but I think it's all about the compression. I'm gonna just give it the highest, and the file is still very small here. I'm gonna save it as Wechat sticker also. And let's test it. So for the purpose of demoing, we've exported both the GIF file and the PNG file, and we're just gonna quickly see the difference when you send them as stickers.
Basement 1.
So you can see when you send the PNG file, it's actually sent as a picture and not a sticker. And we all know that it really matters. So let's try GIF first and see if it's actually a sticker. Yeah, that does look like a sticker. And the crucial part is it has the add sticker function. So that now you have a very quickly made Wechat sticker. Alright, let's actually send this to Tristan. Yes, I already told him that yesterday. Yes. Here you have a sticker. Okay, now that we know how to make a Wechat sticker, we'll move on to getting to know how to make a moving sticker. So I'm gonna call our special guest and he will continue the tutorial for us.
Great.
So I'm Andy. You might know me from the Digital Fabrication Lab, but today I'm gonna show you how to create a GIF so you can make a sticker on Wechat to share with all your friends.
And it's
Okay,
going to be a
let's get
moving
started.
one. Yeah.
Hello, so here we are creating our animated GIF for social media using Photoshop. And I've taken the time to remove the background, like Cindy showed us, from all these pictures from Tristan that we had from a previous photo shoot for the IMA party last semester. So basically every layer is gonna be one frame of your animated GIF. So to do the GIF, we're gonna go to Window and open the timeline. In the timeline now, we on the bottom of the screen we have this menu. We have two options: video timeline or frame animation. We're gonna click on frame animation, and we have this timeline that appears with a new frame called number 1. So basically now I'm gonna hide all the layers and just keep the first one. That's gonna be the beginning of my GIF. And in my timeline menu, I'm gonna create a new layer. So now I have a new layer, and I'm gonna show the layer above and hide the previous one. And I'm gonna repeat this for all my layers. Keep going. I show and hide. And basically you can do this much better than me by working on different pictures, adding text, or adding color brushes. I mean, anything that appears on your layer will be part of the GIF. So you can make something really intricate, and you can make this as long as you want. It could be 9 frames like I have, or it could be 20, 30 or more. So the more time you spend working on your layers, the more beautiful your GIF will be. So now I can change one thing in the menu. Here there is once, 3 times, or forever. This means how many times this GIF will be going around, and I want to loop it forever, which means that when someone opens the GIF, it will just repeat forever. And then I can click on the play button to preview my animation. Whoa, that's cool. However, in my opinion, it seems a bit fast, so I'm gonna select with Shift. So from the first to the 9th frame, I'm gonna control them all, select them all, and I'm gonna change the delay to 0.1 second. I'm gonna preview this. Okay, now it seems a bit slower. I like it more this way. We can check what a slower frame. Let's go something a bit dramatic. 1 second. Okay, you see, you get the idea. That is a bit too slow. Has a general rule: no delay or 0.1 second delay or preferred. So there we go. Perfect. Now when you're happy with how your animated GIF looks like, you can export it. So for that, we're gonna go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. And in the Export menu, we're gonna change this to GIF if it's not selected. We're gonna select the highest color possible. So in this case, for a GIF is 256. If you have gradients on your GIF, it might show like some steps between the color gradients. So maybe avoid them, or have them in mind that they will not show perfectly like in Photoshop. You can also adjust the image size. So I think the maximum size on Wechat is 240. So we're gonna resize this a little bit, and we're gonna keep all the other settings has for default. That works fine for us.
下一层，
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it in my desktop system. I'm gonna look for it.
地下一层，
Desktop, name is Tristan, and there you go. Here is my
so 8th floor,
animated GIF.
8th
There we
floor,
go, amazing. So now I can send this on WeChat, save it as a sticker, and send it to all my friends, all the fellows. Okay, so that's basically it. That's how you do an animated GIF. And
8th
make sure you can ask us any question on Discord if you have a problem with this. And see you on the next tutorial. Bye!
8th floor,
Okay, now we're gonna move on to the last fun little bit to make a zoom background image. What do I mean by that? So, hi again. Yes, this video took me so long to make. It has gone from day to night. And by background photo, I mean, see, now I have this very messy background of this room right now, but if I want to clear it, I know you've probably seen it in some professors teaching, you'll click on the button next to the video and there's this thing called choose virtual background, and you can choose some background and they will dynamically render it. It's gonna look very weird right now because this background is not super smooth, so we're gonna go back to normal. But a fun little thing we can do is you can make your own photo for this virtual background. So as an example, I make Tristan here. It's so weird right now, but if you have a good background and a clean background, it works very well. So we're gonna make that very quickly. You all kind of know already how to do this, but we're just gonna show it really quickly. Alright, let's not see my face during this time. Let's go back to Photoshop. And because we're trying to render a background image, it's gotta be much bigger than this that we have. I'm gonna create a new canvas, and here I'm gonna look into the web presets and I'm gonna choose web medium because I don't think we'll need the large size. And I want to make the background, you can make it white, but I want to make the background transparent so you know you can see through a little bit of what's actually behind.
下行，
And create. And my concept for this background is I want
下行，
a few people to be behind me. You know, think of it as a prank. If you're like in class and you join the class, maybe you can have your instructor in your background, you know, and then they'll see themselves when they teach the class. Here is an instructor. Alright, here we have Ian. I'm gonna drag him into the canvas. Place him over here. And who else? I think we also have photo of, there's Conrad. We also have not gonna use me. We have Moon and Anne. Let's find a good photo of Moon. Okay, we'll do this one. I'm gonna make it a little bit larger so we don't have to see the set there. Okay, and we're gonna find last person, Leon. Unfortunately, I don't have a photo of Stavros here, so those students just gonna have to find their own. Let's pick This photo of Leon. Okay, great. So we're gonna crop them out one by one. Start with Ian. I'm gonna do it very quickly this time. I'm probably gonna fast forward. Well, okay. I'm gonna go print that quick one version. Wow.
Battle. 8th floor. Battle. 8th floor. Battle.
8th floor.
Okay, now awesome. Clear ground and just do a little tiny bit adjustment. And I'm just gonna save this image like this, and I'm gonna keep the transparent background. So that means when I export it, I should export it as a PNG.
8th floor. 8th floor. Battle.
And when I'm done exporting, let's go back to the Zoom screen.
Floor.
Hello. Now we're gonna try it on Zoom and to be in front of a clean background. So here I'm in front of this black background, and I'm gonna choose virtual background and import the new image. Video shop, the new Zoom background. Oh god. I mean, it's kind of funny. They're like there with me. Where's me? Yay! It's super funky, but it works. It's mostly funky because my background's not super clean. So if you have a nice clean background, it'll probably work better. If you have a newer Mac or a newer computer, you don't have to do green screen, so you can uncheck that. But unfortunately, my computer doesn't meet the requirement since it's an older Mac. But for the newer computer generation, you should not use the green screen and use the newer, fancier version and do it the same way that we do. But because I had to stick with the older version, it's using color detection. So if I choose this, it looks super funky. But you know, that's the fun. And then you can pick the color. And then it will show up here. Yes, that's basically how it works. If I pick the black color, it will show up a different way. And it's so spooky. Hi. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye bye.
Going down.
Bye bye.
下行。